All right, guys, so today I've just got a really quick Michael S. Jenkins intraday example of how it does work. And so if you know what the colored lines are, you know, if you've seen my previous videos, you know what they are, why they're key levels, and we'll get into that when I get to the resulting time of day where there should be reversal, because they will also play a confluent relevancy into this idea, this trade idea. But anyway, so on the 1 minute chart, just to get as low on the fractal as I can with TradingView, I guess I could go with a 15-second chart, but like whatever. Anyway, low of day occurs during 9:31 a.m. Low price, the lowest price of 9:31 a.m. is 19316.5. So if you remember from Michael S. Jenkins' video, he taught that you can take the square root of something, and then you can take the square root of the square root to get harmonic, cycle lengths. With this asset, I told you you should be taking the cube root because it's a high value. You can use the square root and it will work, but I've noticed that the cube root actually works more powerfully on this. Well, what I did was I took that concept and applied it to cube root. So I took the cube root of that low price, and then I took the cube root of the cube root of the low price. And we get this value. So the cube root of that price is 26.83 and so on. The cube root of that is 2.99. Well, if we take 2.99 and we shift the decimal point by a factor of 100 and we go by minutes, so we have 299 minutes later, from that is about 2:30 p.m. Well, if we go to 2:30 p.m. on NASDAQ, you will see it actually is the exact minute of occurrence of a major change in intraday bias. So it was bullish, and then it downtrended for hundreds of points, and then when it made a big reversal to start going up again by almost 200 points, just about 200 points, the moment of inflection where that change in character occurred was at 2:30 p.m., which was predicted by that. If you also notice that it almost touches the New York Stock Exchange close level from the previous day. So the price level where the New York Stock Exchange, like options trading and that stuff, officially closed in stocks, was this blue line right here, meaning there's liquidity there from traders who were either entering or exiting positions right at the end of the day, right? So there's a lot of liquidity there, meaning that there's resting orders. So when price, even though price has gone through that level several times, there's still, people are going to adjust their orders. So people, because there was liquidity there before, people's orders, every time it goes to that area, it's going to manipulate it for at least for a little while. Eventually the orders will get kind of, they won't be the level won't be as relevant anymore once it's been used a bunch of times, right? But it's still fairly fresh. So meaning that there are people who may be held through drawdown from short positions that were here, and then they want to get out of those that drawdown at break even, right? So like, let's say someone took a short position yesterday at the stock exchange close, and they were doing well, but what if they didn't take profit down here, and then price starts going against them, and they're like, okay, I don't think this is working out. I'm going to wait to see if it comes back to break even to get out of the position, and it comes back to break even. So short sellers get out for break even because for some reason they think price is going to go back up if it comes back to their level. So those people as short sellers, what are they doing to exit their position? They're buying back. So that buying is triggered right here, and there's a reaction, right? That's just like one hypothetical for what could have caused that, right? So anyway, you have a confluence of price coming back down to a key level at an exact time that was predicted by the low of day price, cube root. So you have a confluence of time and you have a confluence of price level. Key level plus time equals a good trade idea, right? So that trade could have been completely predicted beforehand. Now it didn't quite get to that level, but if you know about the levels, like, it's most ideal when it goes barely through the level and then reacts, but sometimes the liquidity is enough, or there's enough resting orders right above that level that it will cause a reaction without it actually going to that level, meaning that there's a lot of interest at that level. Like, the buyers are so interested in buying at that level for whatever reason that they're willing to compete each other with each other so much that they'll actually preemptively enter or exit their position right before that level, right? So they're kind of front running each other in a sense. So sometimes that's just the way it happens, right? So, but anyway, that's just a quick little tidbit. That's just one example of an intraday trade using Jenkins cube roots plus my own, my own self-designed method of using stock exchange open and close levels. Confluence of those two things, boom, there's a trade right there for you, right? That's a high probability trade. So stuff works, guys. Just an example from today. I'm going to end the video now, just keep it short, but it's just one little example of how this kind of stuff, it happens numerous times every day on every asset, and how these things can be used to your advantage. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.